morning, students. Trust you are enjoying your holiday. This morning we are going to be looking at responsible parenthood. Very interesting topic. Now, what does it mean to be a responsible parent? Responsible parenthood refers to the situation in which parents are able and willing to make sensible decisions regarding their family. Parents are willing and they are able to make sensible decisions regarding their family. Now, let me break this definition down for you to understand. All parents that are responsible are able. All parents that are responsible are willing. All parents that are responsible make sensible decisions. But guess what? It is not all parents that can make sensible decisions. Even though some are able, but they are not willing. Imagine somebody that has money, is living in affluence, he has a lot of wealth, and his children they don't have food to eat, they are tattered, they do not wear good clothes. Even though the father or the mother or the parents, so to say, are able, they have what it takes to take care of their children, but they are not willing to take care of them. Such an individual is not a responsible parent. Because every responsible parent must be able and be willing to make sure that life is better for their children. And sensible decision. What do we mean by the word sensible decision? The word sensible means somebody that takes decision, that thinks before he takes decision. When you think before you take a decision, you will make a sensible decision. An individual that takes decision without thinking is not a responsible parent. Because when you want to take decisions that will affect your family, you need to think about it. There are a lot of decisions that have been taken by some people that have negative impact on the family. For instance, let me give you an example. A father who is a drug addict, is a smoker, is a drunkard. Now, he has made his decision to be a drug addict, but that decision he made is not sensible enough, because that decision will affect his family. And how will that decision affect the family? Now, such a family, if you remember our last topic, we discussed on drug abuse and the effect of drug abuse on individual, on the family, and on the society. One of the major effects of drug abuse on the family is it leads to family breakup, emotional damage for the children and the people involved. So, an individual that is not making a sensible decision is not a responsible parent. Now, let's look at importance or factors in responsible parenthood. Important factors in responsible parenthood. Number one major factor that needs to be considered while we are dealing with responsible parenthood is decision. Now, the decision from a man and a woman to come together to make a family must be fainted. You must faint that decision very well. What do I mean by that? You need to do what? You need to prove yourself. Prove again and again whether you are truly ready to be a family man, whether you are ready to be a wife. So that decision to come together to build a family must be between a mature man and a mature woman. A boy cannot come and meet a girl and say, I want to marry you, let us build a family. You can be sure of it that they are going to build an awkward kind of family. They are going to build a family that nobody will be proud of. Because marriage is not between a boy and a girl, it's between a man and a woman. That decision to settle down is made between a man and a woman. Another thing is maturity. Maturity is all about your ability to respond to responsibility. We have full-grown men that are not mature. We have full-grown women that are not mature. Maturity is all about you being able to respond to responsibility when it comes up. Maturity, When you are not mature, then you are not ready to build a family, because you must be mature to the extent that you will be able to at least put some things in place that will help your family to grow. You know, it is maturity. It is an act of maturity to be willing and be ready to say sorry. Maturity, when you are mature, saying sorry will not be a big deal for you. When you are not mature, you will take sorry as a big deal. Why must I say sorry? Why? Until the family will break. A lot of family today, a lot of broken family today, as a result of the unwillingness of one of the parties to say sorry. When you are mature, it is not all about who commits the offense. I'm not the one that is at fault, so why must I say sorry? No, when you are the mature person will be the one to say sorry first. So maturity is one of the major things to consider in responsible parenting. Another major important factor is readiness. Are you ready? Are you ready to be a father? Are you ready to be a mother? Now, to judge the readiness, there are 4 areas we need to consider. Emotional readiness. It's not everything that happens that you go and tell the entire neighborhood. You must be ready emotionally. Are you ready physically? Physically, are you a grown-up man already? Are you a grown-up woman already? Another one is, are you ready financially? If you are not ready financially, even if you are 30 years of age, don't go into marriage yet until you are ready. Then another one is, are you ready to manage your family and make it a top-notch one in the society? Then another one is planning. For a family to stand, planning must come to be. Now we have a future plan, we have immediate plan, short-term plan, and then long-term plan. You must be able to plan for your family. In the next 2 years, this is what we want in this family. In the next 5 years, this is where we must be in this family. Planning, another thing is budget. Budget is the financial record. A plan. How you want to spend your money. You don't just make money and spend it anyhow. You should have a budget. This is the amount that is going into this aspect. This is the amount that is going into education of our children. This is the amount that is going into this aspect. So this topic is very important, because one day each and every one of you will have a family. And how do you want to manage your family? That is the reason why this kind of topic is coming up, to prepare you for your own family. Now let's go to roles of responsible parents. What are the roles that a responsible parents are expected to perform? Number 1 role is provision of basic necessity. As a responsible parent, it is expected of you to provide the basic necessity of your children, like the need for food, the need for clothing, the need for shelter. You should not be a parent that will allow your children to beg for food. You should not be a parent that will allow your children to sleep out without being bothered. You are not concerned. You should be able to provide for the basic necessity of those children. Then another one is love. Love. I think a lot of children today are broken as a result of lack of love. As a parent, you must be able to show love to your children. You should love them always, irrespective of what they've done. Correct them in love. A lot of parents today, they do not correct their children in love. They correct them out of annoyance and anger. And that cannot solve any problem. You should correct these children in love. Let them see reasons why what they've done is bad, and correct them in love. And then another thing is care and attention. Care and attention. And this is missing in our society today. We have a lot of parents who do not care. They don't give attention to their children. The child is swallowing the drug. The parents do not even know. Each time the child wants to talk to the father or the mother, there is a common saying, there's a common word that will come out from the parent's mouth: I'm busy, I'm busy. That kind of busyness cannot solve any problem. You should not be too busy for your children. You should care for them, give them attention. When they need to discuss something with you, give them your full attention. It is not that your irresponsible parents will always pay attention to his children. Always. Every aspect of their life, you will focus on it. Your children want to talk to you, that is when you are pressing your phone. You are watching the movie and you say, speak on, I'm hearing you. No, you are not hearing. Put down your phone, switch off the TV, give them rapt attention. They will know that you care for them and you love them. Another major thing is moral and religious education. A responsible parent will always give his or her child moral and religious education. Take them to church, take them to mosque, let them do what? Let them get familiar with God and give them sound moral. When you see an elder, this is the way you should behave. When an elder is talking to you, this is the way you should behave. Those are moral principles that need to be inculcated in the life of these young ones. Another thing is formal education. The responsible parents will provide formal education for his children. The children must have formal education. They must go to school, provide for their school, provide their school fees, provide books for them, provide every basic thing they need for their education to be complete. And then good example. A responsible parent must showcase good example. You must be the example of what you are preaching. Don't tell your children not to do something and you are the one doing it. If you ask them to reduce the way they view television, use to reduce your own. Be a good example. It's not that you will ask them not to watch TV, but every time you are the one sitting there and you are watching it and they say they should not watch it. Children learn from what we do than what we say, and that is why example is one of the most powerful methods of training them. And then let's go to importance of responsible parenthood in national development. Responsible parenthood is so important that it affects the nation. Let's look at the importance. One of the major importance of responsible parenthood in national development is that it helps to promote healthy nation. It helps to promote a healthy nation. When the children are well groomed, they are well monitored, we will have a better society. Every Boko Haram today is born in a family. Somebody raised him. Somebody raised her. Everybody that joined the banditry today were raised from one family. Every corrupt politician we see today in our nation, in our world, they were trained by somebody. If they were properly trained, they will not contribute nuisance to the society today. Another major thing is reduction in crime rates. When we have responsible parents, there will be reduction in crime rates because everybody will have trained his or her children on the proper way of behaving in the society, and it will reduce crime. Insecurity will go down when everybody is responsible, when the children are responsible. And another major thing is responsible citizenry. We have good citizens. We will not have citizens that will disobey every law that are made by the government. Traffic lights, you know it. That red says you should stop. That is when some people will start moving. That means they were not a responsible citizen. If you are not a responsible child at home, you cannot be a responsible citizen outside. That's one thing we need to know. And then another thing is development of the right values. The right values needed to be inculcated in the life of these young ones. So when the right values are inculcated in the life of these young ones, it will help the development of the nation. Another one is alleviation of poverty. Responsible parents will teach their children on the importance of saving. Okay, when you make any money, make sure you save it. Make sure you do this, make sure you do that. They will teach them financial independence. Financial literacy is so important that it will help to alleviate poverty. We should not be depending on the government all the time. Let us train our children on how to be financially independent. With or without government job, they should be what? They should be financially independent. They should be able to stand on their own and make responsible decisions that will help to affect their life positively. So, alleviation of poverty is a major ways in which responsible parenthood can help to develop any nation. The reason why we are underdeveloped in Africa today is because we have poor parenthood. We have poor parents, and you cannot expect a good result from a bad product. When you have bad product, you always have bad results. So you cannot do better than what you do. So I will give you an assignment to cram it up. You are going to explain to me 5 major constraints of responsible parenthood. When I mean constraint, I mean problems of responsible parenthood. What are the things that affect responsible parenthood in our world today? So thank you so much. See you in the next class.